Prosecutors are opposing efforts to have President-elect Trump's conviction dismissed in his so-called hush money case out of New York. In a court filing yesterday, the DA says Trump's return to the White House isn't grounds for dropping the case, but said they would accept freezing proceedings until after he finishes his second term in office, which would be in 2029. Back in May, you may remember, a jury found the former president illegally falsified business records to cover up a $130,000 payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election. Trump denies all wrongdoing. Joining us now for more on this is CBS News legal contributor Caroline Polisi. Caroline, we appreciate you being with us this morning. Help us understand this, because I remember covering this over the summer. All of it was uncharted territory, this filing included. What does it really mean?
Yeah, and over the summer, it was even less uncharted territory than it is now that we know that Trump is president-elect. So what it means is, we heard yesterday from Alvin Bragg's office, the Manhattan DA, saying essentially to the judge how they think that they should move forward with this case. And in all likelihood, the judge will take that into consideration. First, they said that they will be opposing this forthcoming motion by President Trump's team to dismiss this case entirely. And their argument there is essentially that the case should go away because he is president-elect, based on really these constitutional principles embodied in the Supreme Court's reasoning that presidents should be immune from criminal prosecution. Well, they want to extend that to presidents-elect as well. Now, prosecutors noted that they would oppose that motion, meaning they want to keep this case intact. However, they would not be opposed to sort of, as you noted, putting this case in deep freeze for the next 4 years, essentially stopping this case in its tracks, maintaining the conviction, but having the sentencing move forward after those 4 years in office. Trump would then be 82 years old. It would be really unprecedented, but given sort of the unprecedented nature of this case, that's where we are.
And based on everything you've just laid out, I mean, a Supreme Court decision that gave presidents immunity for some official acts, this doesn't seem to apply. This is a state crime. The president cannot pardon himself for this. What factors will Judge Juan Merchan have to weigh in making his final decision?
Yeah, there are a lot of pending issues here. The first one is that motion to dismiss the case entirely, which we will hear from the states, their opposition to that motion on December 9th, and everything will be stayed until December 9th. And then Justice Merchan has to decide how the SCOTUS case on presidential immunity may play into, again, this state case that has to do with really issues that have nothing to do with what a president does while in office. The issue there are sort of small pieces of evidence that the prosecution entered that did take place while he was in office, and whether or not that should negate the case entirely, whether he should get a new case. Justice Merchan is not in a easy position here. He could potentially move forward with sentencing prior to Trump taking office and then freeze or hold that sentence in abeyance, essentially, until after he serves that term, or he could put the case on deep freeze altogether. There are a lot of different options here. One thing we know for sure is that Trump will fight this case to the end, saying that it should be dismissed because of his new position as president-elect.
And you and I will keep chatting about this. We appreciate your time today, Caroline Polisi. Thanks so much.